So just caught up to Mafs UK, and what do you think about Laura's friends?
Now, I had more of an issue with Laura's friends than you did, Mars.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't see what you saw.
Yeah, I know. I thought that Chelsea people were very rich and well-to-do and well-spoken.
Yeah.
So when I heard Laura's friends speak, I thought, God, they're rough. They're so
I
rough.
didn't see him as
rough. I
rough.
thought they were rough. I thought the way they spoke to someone that they didn't know was very rough, and the way they showcased themselves on television was very, very rough as well. And I expected more from Laura's friends.
From what I can see today, you do not give a fuck about anybody else apart from yourself. That's
Me,
what
myself?
I can see. Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I
care
can
for myself.
see.
I care more about her.
I thought they gave Arthur a hard time, and he didn't deserve it. Now, I completely understand that Arthur needs to man up a little bit and say, us, me and Laura, a couple, united, you know, not me.
So I see them as standing up for Laura and wanting Laura's best interest, and I feel like, even though I feel like what Arthur said may have been a misunderstanding, because I think he just didn't word what he said correctly.
Yep.
In terms of, like, he's just saying, let's see what happens in the future. We don't know yet, but he didn't say me and Laura. He just put himself as the equation. I feel like he could have worded it better.
Yep.
But I just feel like they were trying to stand up for Laura, and they wanted what was best for her.
Yeah, but in my eyes, I think they're standing up and speaking very aggressively to someone.
See, I didn't even see it
and
as
then
aggression.
Yeah, I saw it as
feel like
aggression. I really
you should
did.
be used to that around me.
Yeah, I know.
They're not like me.
I know, but to me they're a little bit aggressive. Like the way they just speak to someone they don't really know. You don't speak to someone like that. Well, that's how I've been raised anyways. You don't speak to someone like that so quickly, put someone on the back foot. You know, if you want to ask the questions, which I ask a lot of questions. I fire questions.
Well, see, I could see you giving someone a real grill.
I can.
Maybe a little different to them, but I could see a massive grilling from you.
Yeah, I'll do a massive grilling, but I wouldn't make someone feel very, very uncomfortable. And the way that they spoke to Arthur was disgusting. I'm going to say it. They were disgusting the way they spoke to Arthur. And I expected a lot more from Laura's friends. I really did. Laura isn't as disgusting as her friends are. Laura comes across a lot nicer.
She seemed kind of meek to me.
Yeah, she was
episode.
like put in her place
she's
by
like
her
just
friends.
sitting like.
Yeah, with her head down, yeah.
But I don't know, she was very awkward.
Yeah, I think
I
her
don't know.
friends mean a lot to her.
Yeah.
And their opinions mean a lot to her. And I think her worries with Arthur are more of a concern with her friends than they are for her. Yeah, I feel like she's a little bit under the thumb of her friends, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I kind of saw that
she should have said, don't speak to Arthur like this. Don't speak to Arthur like this. It's very, very disgusting.
I don't think she was disagreeing with him, though. That's why she kept her mouth
Yeah,
shut.
I don't disagree with her friends either. I don't. What they said, their chosen words, is what I had an issue with.
What they were implying.
What they're implying, I agree with 100%. But how they said it to Arthur and the way that we speak to one another, I didn't like the way they spoke. I didn't. If someone's very aggressive to me, I get on the back foot very quickly, and then I shut right down. I think I'm not going to deal with this.
I do get that, because I mean it is kind of 3 against 1 in that situation. I feel like Arthur can hold his own though.
Yeah.
But I do understand, like, if I had 3 people kind of coming at me, I would be like,
you would be Mars. Yeah,
not
100%.
dealing with this, you know.
Yeah. So I didn't really like that. I didn't really like Laura's friends. I expected a lot more.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about my favorite person, Peggy. Oh my God, you guys know I can't stand Peggy. I don't like it.
Again, you had more of an issue than I did, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way that Peggy used sex as a manipulative
I don't know
tool.
how she used it as a manipulative
She
tool.
said,
Like,
she said, George, I'm so glad I found this out about you before I gave all of me. Like
she
she's
said
just
that
so
behind his back. She didn't say that.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It makes it worse. It makes it worse. Like she values herself so highly.
Yeah.
She sees George as just nothing, and
you
I can't
see her
stand that
using it as sort of a
at all.
weapon in
But
the
I can
future.
imagine in the future. Oh, can you do the dishes, George? No. Oh, well, you're not going to get sex. You're not going to get sex. No. She values herself so highly, but she sees George as nothing. I'm finding that George is a lovely person. The way he's coming across is coming across far better than you, Peggy. And I think, wow, George, you're really trying here. You're actually Peggy's beck and call. Anything that Peggy wants, you do, George.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that.
And I don't like that. I don't like someone being someone's beck and call. You know, I like equal playing fields, you know, and I just don't feel that George and Peggy are equal playing fields.
And I'm just glad now that I haven't given all of me to George.
Peggy's pegged you down a few pegs, George, and you know she has, and I don't like it, you know? Yeah, what do you think, Mars?
No, I agree with that. But I am surprised that you kind of, like, because I feel like in terms of the whole gaming thing, I know that if a guy was gaming all the time, you would be not very happy in that situation either.
I know I wouldn't be.
So that's why I was kind of surprised you had that viewpoint.
Yeah, because is he doing it for money? If it's money and that's his job, then you have to put work first, in my eyes, you know what I mean? Of course, if someone's in hospital, you drop everything and go to your family in hospital, because to me, family is everything.
Yeah.
But you know how much I love family.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised by
Family's
your
number
viewpoint.
1 to me. If George is doing this for income, then she's got to respect that. But if George is just doing this for fun, there's no income, it's not a job, then I understand Peggy's concerns. But I'm under the impression that George makes money doing this, and this is his job, this is his work. So that's why I see things very, very differently.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think, Mars?
Well, I never had an issue with the games.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't have, like, an issue with me at all. I mean, I just didn't have much of an opinion with it either this episode, because I kind of think, in a way, I do understand if someone puts gaming above family, that would make someone concerned. I do understand that, and I know that you get shitty at me if I'm playing games, so I kind of understand that perspective a little bit.
Yeah, because Marcy can just sit there and play games, and then the whole day is wasted, and I don't like that. I don't like someone just wasting the whole day and nothing gets done. You got to have things done, but that's not what Peggy's saying.
No.
Peggy isn't saying George isn't getting things done. George's house looks wonderful. He looks clean,
like,
he looks tidy, you know, and he looks like he's living life. I have an issue and concern when someone's just focused on doing one thing like gaming non-stop and then nothing gets done. That's where my concern is. But if he's doing this and he's getting paid for this, then hell, let him do it. If there's a lot of money in it, Peggy, let him do it. Do you know what I mean? But if there's no money in it and he's just out there having fun and putting his games ahead of you, then I understand.
Yeah.
Then I side with Peggy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't like Peggy though. I don't like Peggy, I really don't. She's a hypocrite. She's a hypocrite and I have an issue with hypocrites. What do you guys think?
What an idiot.